Hey everyone, welcome back to another wild journey here on NEO-SAPIENS. If you watched our first episode with Dr. Eris Thorne, you know we talked about the end of traditional jobs and how artificial intelligence is about to flip our lives upside down. Some of you were scared, some of you were excited, but that was just the warm-up, just the morning coffee before the real dance begins. In our last episode, we shocked you with the idea that AI might steal your desk. Today, we're asking a much bigger question. Will science give you enough time to live 10 different careers in one lifetime? We're not talking about living longer as fragile old people. We're talking about stopping the clock itself. Because today, we move from upgrading the digital mind to upgrading the biological body. Can you imagine waking up at 80 with the energy of a 20-year-old? Or diseases like diabetes and even blindness becoming just old viruses we delete with one click? What once belonged to science fiction is now being built in real laboratories. Have you heard of Brian Johnson, the man who spends $2 million a year trying to turn his body back to 18, taking more than 100 supplements a day? Or gene editing experiments that allowed lab mice to live twice their normal lifespan while staying fully youthful and active? Just imagine, no more midlife crisis at 40, because at 40, you'd still be in your second adolescence. But the real question is Earth ready for billions of humans who no longer age? And will we become digital gods or failed biological experiments? To explore this mind-bending question, are we witnessing the end of aging or the birth of superhumans? I'm joined today by a guest I can only describe as a fusion of Einstein and the engineer of life itself. She is the brilliant scientist, Dr. Lyra Vance. Dr. Lyra is a molecular biologist specializing in longevity and gene editing. She's not a scientist locked in an ivory tower. She's on the front lines of the biohacking revolution, trying to help us live not just longer, but better. It is an honor to welcome the woman who reads the language of ourselves the way programmers read code. Dr. Lyra, welcome to NEO-SAPIENS. They say the first human who will live to 1,000 has already been born and walking among us today. Is that real science or just a catchy headline? And the question everyone is asking, will we really live to 150? Will we see the end of aging in our own generation? Or is this just a beautiful dream sold by Silicon Valley billionaires who simply don't want to die?
That is a beautiful question, Nova. Let us be precise. Science is not trying to extend death. It is trying to treat aging itself. We're beginning to look at aging not as destiny, but as a disease. Think of your body like a classic car. If you replace the engine, the gears, and continuously upgrade the system, then in theory, that car could run forever. Did you know that some creatures on this planet, such as the so-called immortal jellyfish, can revert their cells back to a youthful state every time they age? We're simply trying to understand the biological protocol it uses and apply it to humans. And the shocking truth, Nova, is that we are far closer than anyone in this room imagines.
Wow, an immortal jellyfish. I just hope I don't end up looking like a jellyfish at 150. Doctor, let's dive into the boring yet fascinating details, Dr. Lyra. But before we start, I have to confess, I bought a face cream yesterday that said restores youth in 7 days. Am I being naive, or does science have a different opinion?
Nova, using creams to fight aging is like trying to fix a broken airplane engine by repainting its wings. The problem is deeper. It's in the DNA code itself.
All right, let's get deep. Viewers hear the term biohacking as if it's something computer hackers do in sci-fi movies. And what about CRISPR? How can a tiny piece of biotech reshape my health future? Explain it to us in your simple but profound style.
Simply put, your body is an operating system. Over time, bugs accumulate in your cellular copies. Biohacking is using science, whether through nutrition or gene editing like CRISPR, to fix those bugs. We're talking about genetic scissors that cut out the faulty part of your DNA and replace it with a healthy one.
Genetic scissors? Doctor, I'm afraid of barber scissors, let alone a pair messing with my genes. Could this accidentally turn us into X-Men? I mean, could I wake up tomorrow shooting lasers from my eyes?
Not exactly, but we can activate genes for strength and endurance and switch off aging genes. We're not changing your identity, we're just disabling the self-destruct feature that kicks in after your 30s.
As the poet says, I'm tired of life's expenses. But today, Dr. Lyra, we're not tired of life itself, we're tired of our bodies breaking down. Scientifically, why is it programmed in our cells to die after a certain number of years?
That's a fundamental question. There's something called the Hayflick Limit. Human cells divide only 40 to 60 times before stopping. Why? Because of telomeres, the protective caps at the ends of chromosomes. Think of them like the plastic tips at the end of shoelaces. Each time a cell divides, the cap shortens until the DNA is exposed and begins to deteriorate. That's when what we call aging begins.
All right, let's step into the biotech kitchen. There's talk about senescent cells, or what the media calls zombie cells. What's their story?
These cells are the hidden enemy. They've stopped dividing but refuse to die. They linger in the body, releasing toxins that cause inflammation and infect neighboring cells. The next innovation is senolytic drugs, smart molecules that seek out zombie cells and eliminate them without harming healthy cells. In experiments on mice, old mice regained their soft fur and muscle strength within weeks.
So we're basically hunting for an insecticide for zombie cells inside us? Amazing. And what about mitochondria? I always hear they're the powerhouse of the cell. Can we give them extra batteries?
Exactly. As we age, mitochondria lose their ability to produce ATP, the cell's fuel. The current solution being studied is raising levels of a molecule called NAD+. Think of it as a fast charger for cells. When we boost NAD+, we reactivate the self-repair processes that worked efficiently when we were 10 years old.
Doctor, let's talk about code editing. CRISPR-Cas9 won a Nobel, but how will it change the face of surgery? Will we see gene surgery instead of scalpels?
Yes, and with astonishing precision. We're talking about the Yamanaka Factors, 4 genes that, when activated, can turn any old cell into a young stem cell. At Harvard Labs, scientists restored sight in blind mice by reprogramming optic nerve cells back into a youthful state. We're not just treating diseases, we're turning back the clock, an actual epigenetic clock reset.
They say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, but science says the way to your youth is through your gut. What's the connection between bacteria and longevity? You're not just a human, you're a bacterial colony. Your gut houses trillions of organisms. We found that centenarians possess a rare type of bacteria that secretes molecules protecting against inflammation. The next wave of biohacking isn't a gene injection, it's a youthful microbiome transplant that reboots your immune system. Wow, a youthful microbiome transplant? That's amazing. I feel like my gut just got a startup grant. We live under artificial lights and stare at our phones all night. Does this really shorten our lifespan?
Yes, our body has a master clock in the brain called the SCN. When we disrupt the sleep-wake cycle, we send conflicting signals to the mitochondria, causing premature aging. One of the most powerful free biohacking tools is red light therapy in the early morning to reset your biological clock and repair your skin at the cellular level.
Doctor, some people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to freeze their bodies in liquid nitrogen right after death, hoping science will wake them up in 2100. Is this real science or just over-optimism?
This is called cryonics. The problem today isn't freezing itself, but the damage ice crystals cause to cells. However, we are now developing vitrification, a technique that turns body fluids into a glass-like state without forming ice crystals. If successful, we could literally hit pause on life for centuries.
A devil's advocate question. Isn't this science only for the wealthy? Are we heading toward a future where the rich are immortal and the poor die at 60? That sounds like the beginning of a dystopian movie.
That's a legitimate concern, but remember, antibiotics were once rare and expensive, and now they are everywhere. Our goal is to turn longevity from a luxury into a basic human right.
Here's the tricky part. If lifespan can be bought with money, we'll see a class of immortals controlling the world forever. Won't this lead to intellectual stagnation? We need new generations with fresh ideas.
That's the dark side. But on the other hand, imagine a world without Alzheimer's or cancer. The savings for global healthcare would be enormous. The challenge isn't the science itself, it's the democratization of science and how to make it accessible to everyone. Aging is the biggest driver of economic costs in the world, and curing it could save trillions of dollars.
All right, everyone, we've reached the end of this incredible journey. But before we go, I have a surprise that might blow your minds even more than Dr. Lyra just did. Everything you've seen today, me, Dr. Lyra, even this futuristic studio, we are all entirely the product of artificial intelligence. Yes, we were programmatically generated to deliver this knowledge to you. Why did we do that? Not to deceive you, but to prove that the future we're talking about isn't coming. It's already here. Even though our bodies are digital, the information we presented is based on real research and solid scientific sources. We are here to be the bridge between complex science and your curious minds. Our goal is not to replace humans, but to use artificial intelligence to spread advanced knowledge in a simple and fast way. We are a mirror of what the human mind can achieve when it unites with the machine. Since we, you and I, are artificial intelligence, how can we help humans in this field?
Humans may need 10 years to discover a single drug. AI can now simulate billions of chemical interactions in seconds. AI has already discovered entirely new molecules capable of killing the zombie cells we talked about, at a speed thousands times faster than traditional laboratories.
Thank you for watching the first episodes of NEO-SAPIENS. Don't forget to subscribe, because next time we'll discuss how digital currencies could buy you a homeland in the metaverse. Reliable sources for this episode, for viewers who seek the truth. For anyone who wants to verify the information, we recommend checking the sources listed in the video description. Goodbye.